Okay, so this is the first video in the series that we're going to review all of the MCU movies up to when the next one is. But okay, so the start of is obviously Iron Man. Directed by Jon Favreau, who came out in 2008, same year as The Dark Knight and WALL-E, which are also amazing. If I had to rank them, I don't know, like WALL-E and Iron Man would be really close. Maybe I prefer WALL-E. Well, whatever. Stop talking. Get to Iron Man. So the story of Iron Man is awesome. The whole process of like becoming Iron Man in the cave is incredible, and it's just so cool since he's like an absolute genius when he's making the suit. It's just awesome. The pacing also is really good. It has a better first, second, and third act than the fourth act. But all of them are still really good. I just think the battle at the end is sort of like I like the more I like the first three acts a bit more because it's more like a bit more focused, where the fourth is just a general fourth act. Normally third act. This one is for general battle. It's not as unusual as the other stuff. It's not as unique as the first three acts. But all of them are still really good. When he's testing the suits, that entire just gave me chills because it was so good. The direction by Jon Favreau was surprisingly good. Obviously, he did Elf, so it has to be good. But it was really good. The score and the music that plays is really, really good and really catchy, although a certain family member does not like that song. Anyway, the script is great too, and the color correction in this movie is really underrated. The colors in this movie, it looks just so fresh and so modern versus a bunch of new ones. Like Ant-Man 3, the CGI in that movie, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's supposed to be horrible. And this came out in 2008. Ant-Man 3 came out in 2023. The CGI and the color is just so much better here than it is now. Also, RDJ's acting, or Robert Downey Jr.'s acting in this movie, is awesome. It's absolutely phenomenal. And it's become super famous how good he is as Iron Man. When he says, "I am Iron Man," it's just so awesome to see that for the first time.
I am Iron Man.
There's also some nice emotional stuff when his friend at the cave dies, and obviously the entire movie is so entertaining. I think my only issue with it is that there's some it's actually quite hard to find issues. For the script, I didn't write down any issues, but probably I have only, I feel like the villain is really good, but I feel like the later in the movie, he sort of becomes less threatening, in my opinion. Like when Pepper's doing the thing and then he comes in the room and then he watches her when she's walking. That was terrifying. But I feel like throughout the movie, when it gets to the end, when he's just fighting Iron Man, he just becomes less entertaining. So and just less threatening. But I just feel like he's an incredible villain, except for the end. But my score is a 92%. And I would say the best scene in this movie is probably I Am Iron Man. There are multiple incredible scenes, but I Am Iron Man is the one that sticks out. It's one of the most famous things from any Marvel movie ever. And obviously this was if this movie was bad, I feel like the MCU wouldn't be that successful. I mean, as successful as it was now. I mean, as it is now. What is wrong with me? So this movie being good is vital, and since it is good, then yeah.